Romero, he's an awesome dude, he's on your PC. He likes to make reviews for the movies you see. And if you want to sub his channel, take it from me. He makes us all right to a big surprise and he probably hates you. Romero Movie News, 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 Romero Movie News.
Jackie Chan touched my wiener.
Hey there guys and gals, it's me Romero for RMN, and today I've got your review for Terminator Genisys. Or Genisys, or Genisys, it really makes no sense why the Y is there. Anyways, I've been vocally clear about how I felt towards this movie. I did this whole video rant about how this movie was going to be terrible, and that it was going to suck, and basically was going to be a bomb at the box office. And I was right, to a degree. Now, to be honest, this movie does have very few redeemable qualities, but after that, it's just a huge big pile of time-traveling bullshit. The first redeemable quality in this movie is actually the opening parts of the film. We get to see Kyle Reese do this narrative talking about the war, and we get to see things that Kyle Reese talked about in the first Terminator film. You know, like them finding the time machine, John giving him this speech to give to Sarah's in the future or in the past, and all this different kind of stuff that really brings, you know, memories back of the first film. Along with that, we do get some shots of, you know, the T-800 being sent to Los Angeles, and we get a few nods and homages to the first film, you know, with him at the observatory and meeting those three thugs, and honestly, the first act of this movie is pretty damn enjoyable. The exact moment where this movie lost my basically all-around attention was the moment we see Sarah Connor bust through the store in that van and shoot the T-1000. And you're probably wondering yourself, oh, you didn't lose it lose attention when Arnold fought the T-800 and all this? No, I actually enjoyed those aspects and all this different kind of stuff. But once we see Sarah Connor bust through that store, the movie just goes in a downward time-traveling spiral of shit. I mean, for a good part of this movie, they're just talking about how this alternate timeline exists and how it happens and all this time-traveling mumbo-jumbo that they never fully explain. Actually, there's a lot of things in this movie they never fully explain because I guess they want to save it for a sequel, air quotations. On top of that, this movie has a really awkward romance. Unlike the first Terminator, where the romance between Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor felt genuine and deep and real, here it just feels absolutely forced, like Emilia Clarke and Jai Courtnett were just thrown in together and just forced to say these things to each other, and throughout the film I did not buy them or buy their romance whatsoever. It was just so awfully awkward and forced. And of course, you have to have Arnold's brand of acting through this movie, especially when it comes to Terminator films, and honestly, it's not that good. I gotta say the best Terminator he ever played was in the second film for me. But here it's just like, you know, just like the movie saying, hey, you know, all that stuff that Arnold did in the first 4 Terminator movies, or 3 or whatever, well, we're gonna do it again, only much worse and with less effort. And like I've said several times before this movie, Arnie, you're too old to be playing these roles, and you know what, more power to you if this is what you want to do, but honestly, you gotta stop. The Terminator franchise, to me, at this point, is basically dead. And I mean, James Cameron praised this new film, saying that he felt it was the official third one.
The new film, which in my mind I think of as the third film.
I don't even believe that. I mean, for the most part, at the beginning of the film, it is kind of the third film, but then after that, it just becomes this whole different thing on its own. It becomes a reboot in every extent of the word. So all around, Terminator Genisys is an enjoyable film for the first act, but then after that falls into a time-traveling downward spiral that turns it into this jumbled up reboot piece of crap with extremely forced dialogue between their two lead characters, and Arnie returns returning to a role that we've seen him do 100 times before, but here he does it 100 times worse. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Terminator Genisys. Did you like it? Did you love it? Or were you like me and said,
talk to the hand?
Anyways, I've been Romero for RMN, and as always, I've got your back, so you're on track. See you guys next time. Hey, I remember that.